It's Ron Reader digs the universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe. And tonight, absolute disillusionment with my own white culture. I struggled with the title for this episode. I'm talking tonight about how white culture has me currently in an ongoing state of outrage, but I've got to word it carefully because I post these things on Facebook, and criticizing white people on that platform can get you banned for a few days, whether your criticism is fair or not. And that's part and parcel, really, of my overall thrust tonight. Banning criticism of whiteness is a privilege a lot of white people expect to have, and these people usually get what they want when it comes to race. So tonight I'm ripping these white people a new asshole, which they desperately need in order to relieve the bowel pressure that comes from being so full of shit all the time. First, let me tell you what I mean when I say white people. Trump got 57% of the white vote in the 2020 election. Every single one of these white voters watched his reign of chaos unfold for 4 years and was like, yeah, that's the direction I want the country to go in. So they're all racist and fascist. Okay, sure, Biden got some 40-odd% of the white vote, and I'm not talking about them, but clearly the majority of white Americans in this country are now deranged and dark beyond my ability to fully comprehend. And having once been conservative myself, I must observe that this is the culture that created me. These are, or were, my own people fallen into darkness and hate. I believe I have every right to call out my own people because they are my own people. They need to hear this. They need to be hit over the head with this repeatedly. They need to know that they are insane and evil. So it's on. I'm furious with how white people expect their conservative and racist ideas to be treated as a manifestation of their personal identity rather than as actual issues. You talk about conservatives and racism and suddenly it's offensive. How dare you criticize me for being conservative? If I was black instead of conservative, you'd never get away with this. Thus, like the hear no evil monkey, they shut you the fuck down with all your racism talk. And I'm furious about that hyper paranoia on race. You know, you call America racist and they trip out. Racism is a fighting word to these people, not the topic of a desperately needed discussion. They won't talk about racism at all, unless, of course, they cast themselves as victims. I'm furious that they hold up the middle class and bourgeois lifestyle as the best of all worlds. You know the white suburbs. Historically, the suburbs are about one thing and one thing only: getting away from the inner city, which is code for black people. There, in the white suburbs, you will find a full flowering of white cultural racist bullshit. For instance, there are reports of some white suburbanites feeling unsafe and uncomfortable with the open display of support for Black Lives Matter in their neighborhoods. That's bullshit. For instance, those white suburbanites believe that merit, superior ability, superior work ethic, merit, and merit alone got them this perceived good life they enjoy, and they're pretty big self-righteous assholes about it too. Confront them with the fact that systemic racism and classism put them in a perfect position to be able to actually use all that good merit, and it is as though you just took a shit in the punch bowl. And that's bullshit. This hostile conceit that they and their racist, materialistic, status-oriented values stand above all is intensely embraced as normal, but it is not normal. The white middle-class model now lies in ruins, full of Trump supporters. That's what happens when you sequester white people. Massive echo chamber of racist bullshit. The white suburbs lead to Trump. Always. The old Victorian family lifestyle was genetically predisposed to elitist, racist cancer from the beginning. And it has now metastasized. It's bullshit. I'm furious. I'm Ron Reeder, and this has been Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reeder, again next week for another episode of Ron Reeder Digs the Universe. Oh, you white people with your giant trucks and SUVs and beer bellies and I support the police stickers and aerobics and classic rock and country and western music that doesn't even fucking sound like country and western music and your what would Jesus do bracelets and your good schools and your good kids and your golf and tennis and country club and your boxcar Willie and your office work and your soccer moms and your goddamn Texas home handicrafts and your Karens and your